Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Friends, we're going to have a quick look at the markets today. As I told you on Friday, I didn't have any fear that the market would go down or start a bear channel, and my thoughts came out right. Let's get started. Channel and not bouncing off the immediate horizontal support would worry me. That thing didn't happen, so that is good news. The other good news is that despite CPI coming mildly higher, the market has ignored it because they think it is not significant. We are still looking at a rate cut somewhere in June, and the story is still intact as far as the market sentiments are concerned. That said, let's go and have a quick look at the fear and greed index. So here we are in the fear and greed index, and we can see we are at 69, which is well within the greed sector. I like to be in that greed sector because it shows a good amount of bullishness and predictability of direction for the most part. So I'm happy with this. And if you look at the stock market heat map, if you look at the stock market heat map, we will see that last time Sandeep and I looked at this map on Friday, this particular area was all green, and Microsoft, Nvidia, Meta all were red. Only Apple and Google were green on that day. But today they are mildly green, just about eked out a little bit of greenness in them. But the entire AI sector has come back roaring. So everything is looking good out here. Well, let's look at the economic calendar. Here you will find that in case of inflation, we came above expectations, above the consensus, but below the previous month when it comes to core inflation. Overall, the market has just ignored the mild increase in inflation and it's roaring back again. If you look at the trading view chart, you would see that NASDAQ futures are up 0.01%. The market is still open at this point of time. And if we go into QQQ, QQQ is ended the day positive and is well within the bull channel. You can see that it touched the bull channel and then went back up again. So I'm perfectly happy with that. There is plenty of room in the RSI to go up. So I'm not too much worried. And also we had a healthy volume today. So all of that makes me feel good. If you look at VIX, the VIX has gone down significantly. And I'm expecting that it's going to touch this it is going to touch this line of support and then bounce back up again. So that's what is going to happen with this, and this is forming a bull channel. So we have to be careful. We have to watch this carefully because once it crosses 20, then we have to be aware that we wouldn't be able to do certain types of trades, and the risk factors goes higher. The volatility would have increased. S&P 500 gained 1%. Dow Jones gained 0.61, and Russell was down 0.14%. And we have US oil also down a little bit, and put call ratio is now absolutely neutral, and the range of companies that are supporting this rally has decreased a little bit. It erased most of the gains from yesterday, but it's still above where it was the day before. So overall we are still in a decent position when it comes to the range of support that we have for the market. And then if we were to go into our genomics watch list, I'm just going to sort this out so that we have the winners today. And the first one is 270 Bio, which was up marginally. So these two candle patterns are cancelling each other out, so it's become neutral. So there could be a change in the direction. This could indicate a trend reversal. And for 270, we had a target of 7.71 because we had a head and shoulder. Now, if we look at the next one, which is Precision Biosciences, it had a mild candle, 2.83% as compared to the previous day when it was negative. And this is a bullish formation here from a Japanese candlestick point of view. And we are also expecting earnings coming in for Precision Biosciences. We'll see what happens there. And then I'm going to go for CRISPR Therapeutics, which was down minus 1.98%. It has broken down below this diagonal line of support. So this was not a support channel. I'm going to remove this. This doesn't make any sense. So our next support is going to be up here. So it's I'm going to mark this green as a support, and the other one also I'm going to mark as green as a support. So let me tell you where we have the support. It's at 70.68. That's where the support is. and I have IMTX at 2.04 decline, and it's approaching another line of support which is 11.78, and it's going to test that tomorrow. Beam was down 2.11%. Again, this is a line of support out here based on what we had out here in the past. So it has stopped out in the line of support. If it breaks down from there, then it could probably have another line of support somewhere out here. So this could be potentially another line of support. I'm just going to pull this a little bit down so that we have maximum touch points. So I'm looking at a support at around 33.38. Those are the two supports that we can find. It's going to fall further. And then we have Bluebird Bio. Bluebird has fallen below all the supports that it had. Today I sent a mail to the investor relations at Bluebird asking them when their earnings is going to come for 2023 and Q4 2023. So hopefully they will give me a reply tomorrow and we'll get some idea of when to expect their earnings. At this point of time, I'm going to dispense with this diagonal line of support there. And this has now become a diagonal line of support for Bluebird, and we are in a bear channel until further notice. So this is our bear channel, which was the resistance for the bullish pennant before. So that's where we are. Verve was down 3.47%. It will fall further tomorrow. Chart is looking weak. Allo is down 3.54%, and momentum is still above average. So this could still make a turnaround, but nothing is assured. Prime was down 3.99%. Chart is looking weak, has got to go down further. DNA was down 4.10%, and it has got support here at 1.14. Chart is also looking weak at this point of time. Editas was down 4.33%, and another support out here has now become a resistance, and the resistance is at, let me just open this up, 9.07. Momentum is just about average, so Edit could probably turn around tomorrow. It's a 50-50 chance in my opinion. Bionanogenomics has broken down below the line of support, which is at 1.06. It's exactly on top of it. We'll have to see what happens tomorrow. The chances are it's going to fall. If you had seen the technical analysis course I was talking about, in that course, yesterday I covered RSI, and you'll remember me saying that as we approach 30 on RSI, I get a bit excited because at 30 it could bounce back. But I'm expecting this to move towards 30 at this point of time before bouncing back up again. And in the past, I had drawn this line of resistance on the top and created a range. And Bionanogenomics has always traded within this range. But for the first time, it has gone down below that range. So I'm going to pull this down a little bit and adjust it here because it still has got all those touch points. And if you notice, today's candle doesn't have a wick. That's the reason why I was doing this, because this is the absolute bottom and those wicks represent the low of the day out here in these two candles. So tomorrow, I am expecting a bounce back up. If that bounce back up happens, there is a good chance of that happening because in the past, we have bounced back around that level. So we don't need to touch that 30. The last time we touched 30 was somewhere around 5th February 2024, and even then we were not exactly at 30, we were just above it. So there could be a turnaround for Bionano tomorrow. Illumina was down minus 4.57%, and in the process it has broken down below this line of support. I'm just going to adjust the line of support because the latest candle doesn't have a wick, so that's the reason why I'm doing this. If there was a wick, I wouldn't have done that. So that's done, and next we look at Intelia, down 5.96%, and the chart is looking weak. It's going to fall tomorrow. PSEV was down 8.86%, and we are already at 30%. But in the past, we have gone below 30%. So tomorrow, there is a chance for us to bounce back up again because the stock is fatigued and it's been oversold. So we should look forward to that for PSEV tomorrow. And Caribou Biosciences was down 30.47%. There was a huge drop. And there has been an earnings release on the 11th of March, which was yesterday. I'm working on this right now to find out why this has happened. But at first glance, you can say that they came below the EPS expectation by 6.11%, and they came below the revenue at by 10.02%. And because they missed both the EPS and the revenue, they have been punished significantly. I'm really concerned about the EPS loss more than the revenue loss because, in my opinion, Caribou Biosciences runs a tight ship. So I want to do a little more investigation. Either tomorrow or day after, I'll have a video out on Caribou because the catalyst has already happened. I'll get that done tomorrow or day after, and I'll give you a reason why. And there should be a turnaround tomorrow because when such a steep fall happens, bottom fishers come in. There was a huge amount of volume, so that was a very convincing drop. Caribou Biosciences down over 27% on track for record percentage decrease. This was 5 hours ago. It says that worst 2-day stretch down 33.6%. So it is just talking about statistics, not the reasons. I'll find out the reason. I'll get back to you. But the main reason is revenue and EPS miss. Let's go on to AI. And in AI, I'm just going to sort this out so that we have the winners on the top. Oracle notched the gain of around 12% during the pre-market session, and then post-market again it had a little more gain, but it ended the day today at 11.75% increase. That's around $13.41, resounding support by the market for good earnings, but the revenue was missed by 0.05%, which is a very marginal miss. But you see that they have the EPS gain by 2.41, and they are given a good forecast. So the stock is doing very well, and AI has propelled this stock. SMCI was up 7.66%. Chart is looking good. It can go up further. Nvidia was looking good. It was up 7.16%. Post-market also it was up. It's got a good chance of going up further. And FNGU is doing well, and it has used this line of support out here, which is at 309.85, and FNGU ended the day at 321.63. So doing extremely well, and this support is going to continue to be the first line of support tomorrow. And we also have a diagonal line of support which I'm going to color green. This is going to be colored green because that was a tentative support. Now it has been confirmed. It's a support. It's got multiple touch points, and that is done. Meta was up 3.34%, well within the bull channel that we had. And this was an aberration. I'm going to consider that an aberration. And the chart is looking good for further gains tomorrow. Adobe was up 3.34%. Chart is looking pretty good for more moves tomorrow. Then we have Micron Technologies, which was up 3.08%. Again, plenty of room to go up tomorrow. Microsoft up 2.66%. Absolutely a lot of room for it to go up tomorrow. And it has broken out of the bullish pennant. And tomorrow it's going to form the further growth upwards. See, this was a bullish pennant that we had before, and we grew out of it. Same thing is going to happen here. Absolutely wonderful. The chart is looking great. ASML was up 2.25%, more room for growth out here. AMD was up 2.20%, more room for growth out here. ARM was up 2.18%, more room for growth here. Amazon 1.99, more room for growth. And then we have Applied Materials. It's also got room for growth. Qualcomm was up 1.15%. It has got still a little more room for growth. And then we have Intel. It has gone above the line of support at 44.83. Plenty of room for it to go up, but it will go up in a small amount like 50 cents or 60 cents tomorrow because the momentum is not raising as fast as it is needed. So it's anemic. Google was up 0.49%. It has tested this line of resistance that we had drawn earlier. And we'll have to see tomorrow whether it's able to go up or down. I can't say that right now because the volumes were high, but not resoundingly high to say that there is a very serious push upward. And also, if you look at the RSI, it's just on the 50% range. So I'm not able to say either way. It's 50-50. Apple was up 0.28%, and the chart is starting to improve a little bit, but momentum is still below 50%. So I will hold my judgments on that. Then we have Broadcom, which was down 0.10%. Chart is looking 50-50. It could go either way. It could go up or down tomorrow. I can't predict that. Tesla was down minus 0.13%. It has managed to stay above this line of support at 176.45 despite falling below it in the last 3 days. So there is a little bit of strength up there, but the chart is still looking very weak. It could fall again tomorrow. And then we have Cloudflare, which was down minus 0.32%. Chart is looking 50-50. I don't know where it's going to go tomorrow. Palantir was down 2.56%, and chart is looking weak, so it's going to go down. and we have in the process created a new resistance at 25.44. I'm marking it red. So that's how the market looks. I'm very optimistic for tomorrow again, and I'm still fully invested in the XXX leverage FNGU. I'm also fully invested in Nvidia. Whatever shares I have not taken any profit. Yeah, I took profit. I sold 2 shares of my Nvidia out of 15 in one of the accounts because I had a gain of around $2,500 there. So I thought I will sell a couple of shares and take out the profit and keep the cash aside to buy back in future. So that's what I did. Apart from that, I have not done any other move. Somewhere around Thursday or Wednesday last week, I sold 100 CRISPR at around $80, and I put that money into FNGU, which then went up and then went down again. Today it's back in the positive again, and tomorrow if I make gains, I'm going to sell the FNGU and buy back CRISPR because I am expecting that CRISPR is going to go down. As you can see here, CRISPR can come all the way down to 70.68 or 71. So I would like to buy it somewhere around $71. So I have plenty of time, and here is FNGU, the one in which my money is sitting right now after selling 100 shares. So this has already gained 6.59% today. My gain is around 4% out of this. So tomorrow also I'm expecting that it would go up, and probably it will end the day somewhere around 362.78. So I would be able to probably sell it at that stage and have the money handy. And if the market continues to look more bullish, then I would keep the money in FNGU later for a longer time. But we also should not lose sight of one more trend that is happening out here. So if I were to join all these together, right? So we have a bear channel out here. So we have to be very careful whether this is a bull channel going on or it's going to be a bear channel. So I'm going to watch this tomorrow. For tomorrow, this is looking good. But if tomorrow morning I see any amount of weakness, I'm just taking out the money. I already have some profits, and CRISPR is going cheap. So I'll buy back CRISPR. Instead of 100, I may buy back a little more CRISPR, and we'll take it from there. So that's the plan for tomorrow. I hope you guys have a great day, and don't forget to look at the technical analysis beginners course. Each video is less than 10 minutes. I kept one concept per video, very simple, so that you can do technical analysis on your own or at least get started. It's not very complicated, it's very simple. Just check it out. I'm talking to Sandeep, and we are planning to have a similar small segment series for fundamental analysis so that you can pick up that also. So that's what we plan to give it to you over the next couple of months. So take care. We'll see you later. Bye for now.